All of us want things to go our way, but it usually never happens all the time. And when it does not, we build up a lot of stress, anguish, restlessness, uneasiness, anger, and many such feelings that takes away the peace from our life. So what really to do and how really to think when things don't go our way? And today's video is all about that. So if you want to know what to do in this situation, then stick around and watch all the video. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, then I would request you to do that, because in this channel we talk about the practical things that affects our life, our mood, our state of mind, and really, the tips and the strategies and the insights that I provide are going to be the game changer for you, are going to be really transformational in nature if you practice them and adopt them in your life. So as I said before, I'm going to talk about what to do and how to think when things don't go our way. Now, all the time we have this situation where we want the things to be perfect. We want to have this perfect relationship where everything should be amazing the way we have really wanted it to be, or we want to have this amazing job that everything is just so perfect in nature. You're enjoying the workplace, there is no turbulence at the workplace, and you love your boss, and you're making a lot of money as well. Or we also have some dream life that we kind of think about, and sometimes when we're not able to live that life, we kind of build so much of distress and we curse our life. We tend to blame God and many people, including our parents, for not giving us the life that we really wanted. But here is something that I want you to think about. I want you to understand one very important thing, and that is that all these things that you want from your life are there in your system, are there in your mind because of this past conditioning of your mind. The conditioning that happened maybe several years ago, maybe when you were a child, and then you kind of took that information and made it a part of your being. It could also be the part of your mind, your consciousness from the previous births. Now, even if you don't believe in reincarnation, let's assume that in this lifetime you had so many different experiences, you had a certain childhood, you had a particular family background, you grew up in a different kind of environment, you had a schooling, you had a set of friends, and that's how you learned about life. That's how you figured out what you really want to do, right? And also your internal alignment, your deeper desires. But there is this one thing which is very conflicting in nature, and there's one thing that you really need to know about the mind, is that a lot of the thoughts which are coming from the mind are not the truth. Okay, that is not necessarily the truth of your life that you want. Maybe it's something that you anticipated as to be the truth, anticipated as to be your need or desire, which really is not. So just giving one doubt, just giving this little bit of space to yourself and know that I am beyond this body and mind, and I can think wrong, because mind is not, it is not that your conscious mind which is wanting something, it is your subconscious which has been programmed in a certain way. Now again, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you should not go and get your dream life. You definitely should aspire to become the best version of yourself, have the best of the relationships, have the greatest job, and have this amazing life that you really want to have. But in order to get there, you need to be living the present moment in a fulfilling manner. In order to experience what is going to happen in the future, you need to be in the present and experience this beautifully, because what you're doing now is actually defining your future. This is how the law of attraction, law of attention, and the manifestation works. Because if you today are going to curse your life and say that, oh my God, my life sucks because I didn't want this life, I didn't want this to happen with me, you are actually living this life because of what you thought in the past and how you really manifested this today's present moment as well. So the idea that your mind is the place of origination of the thoughts which are actually defining your future, you gotta pay attention to this. That was the number one point. Point number two is, again, very important. Having the faith in the process of life and believing in the universal intelligence. And now this is something, which is, some people think that it's kind of philosophical in nature. It's not the truth, it's not practical. But let me tell you, it's totally practical. Why? Because a lot of people believe that they're disconnected from this universe. They're disconnected from the higher consciousness. They are a separate entity, kind of, struggling in this world, trying to make a living, trying to make their dream life, trying to have an amazing thing. It's too much of trying and struggling and trying and struggling. And this world seems to be a very cruel place. This world seems to be a very tough journey. But instead, it's totally the other way around. You are never disconnected from this being, this world, this universe. You are always in connection with this super consciousness because you're a part of it. You are it. You're not disconnected from the nature, from other beings, from all these amazing things that you see all around you. Because you exist, that's why this all exists. And that's why it is always said that you are the universe yourself. You are not separate entities. So stop looking at yourself as some being with this physical body and the mind and intelligence, and you are more intelligent than life, because it's not the case. Life has its own intelligence where you basically are a part of it. You are structured, you are moving in this life, and the way this is happening is for your benefit. Now, if I'll give you a little example on that, are you aware of your internal systems right now, that your heart is beating? How many times do you get aware of that? Maybe once or twice if you are actually doing some breathing exercise, that your heart is beating, but it's beating, right? You don't know what is happening in your digestive tract, how enzymes are working on your food and breaking it down and assimilating it, and basically it's coming out of your large intestine and through your anus. But it is happening, isn't it? So are you aware of these processes? No, you're not, because you're looking at your body from outside, but this intelligence is part of your being, isn't it? This intelligence is already a part of who you are. So believe in the life which is already throbbing in you. If this life is throbbing in you and making you appear in this physical form and getting you, having those ideas and making you work towards it, then why don't you have the patience to follow a path and let life happen to you? Because once you start to put the faith in the life, faith in the process of life, and understand that everything is happening at the right time for you and it is going to happen, the positivity that you build in you is going to manifest the positive results. I've seen it in my life, I've seen it in many people that I've worked with. But you gotta have the faith, because you are just a part of it. You are being, and you are connected to this supreme being, this supreme intelligence. And those intelligence, when they are matched together, when you have the belief in it, then the doors are gonna open for you, the opportunities are gonna open for you. So the whole idea of why things are not happening in my favor has some hidden purposes for you only, in order to become the best version of yourself, in order to grow out of your comfort zones, in order to become who you are supposed to become, because this intelligence knows better than your little mind. All right? And that's how you alleviate a lot of stress and anxiety and restlessness and anger, because you consider yourself as this part of this cosmic energy, which is basically making you a better person. Even though there are some difficult challenges in your life, they are there for you because you are lucky enough to beat them and move ahead and become better and better and stronger. And that's also one of the ways that you develop a lot of internal resilience, emotional resilience in your life. I hope this video made sense to you. If it did, then please share with a lot of other people. Who do you think probably can take this benefit from this advice, from this guidance? Because trust me, I know that a lot of people who are seeking it, a lot of people who are, kind of trapped in this restlessness and uneasiness, and they just want to break away from those negativities. So if you share this video, that's going to help them a lot as well. And again, if you haven't subscribed, then consider subscribing and click on this bell icon so you can get the notifications whenever I put the next video. I love you all, and I'm here for you. Leave your feedback, your comments, and I will certainly reply to all of them. And also, if you are looking for a 30 minutes free consultation, but only for the serious inquiries, people who really have some sort of difficult challenges and they want to talk about it, I will leave the link out there. You can also book your appointment, which is going to be 30 minutes of free appointment. Thank you very much. Once again, stay empowered, stay positive, and believe in the process of life. Love you all.